Hey scrubby friends, today we're getting all about that base. No embellies, no fuss, just pure paper play as I prep for the 20 layouts in 20 days hop. I'm diving into my scrap stash and turning leftovers into layout gold. It's all about working smarter, not harder. So when the challenge kicks off, I'm ready to rock and roll. Grab your scraps and let's build some beautiful bases together. This is Kathy and I am playing along with All About That Base with Ginger on Ginger's Hops. Now I am just grabbing all of my leftovers that I have lying around and I'm just pulling them together to create my bases ready to go. This one here I'm using Vicky Bouton's Flower Emporium leftovers and you can just see how gorgeous they are. I am prepping pieces all over the place here and I'm using my paper edge punch here because I think I'd like a bit of a decorative piece added into the layout, and I'm just going to put it through my paper punch that you saw there, and I'm going to still ink that one up as well, and I'm going to see how this all comes together. Now I'm using scorched timber here to ink the edges. As Ginger says, we all have lots of ink, so use it up, and I am just building a pretty simple base here, I think. The colors are just magic. They just complement so beautifully, and as I said, these are leftovers from layouts that I've just completed recently. So instead of putting them into the stash pile, I'm actually going to utilize them and make them work for me. I love this piece here with that little corner of mixed media. I think that's an amazing piece of layout. See what I did there? I put it down incorrectly, so I have to stick it, line it with tape. Oh my gosh, get your words out, Kathy. Here we go. I'm putting down now another vertical strip here, which is that beautiful piece that is punched with that nice lacy edge punch, and that's going to meld the colors together. I'm going to I'm just layering up left, right and center here. I'm making some anchor points, which will be good. I'm going to fuss around with these circles because I wanted those as part of the layout as well. And I just think it's coming. Oh, that's better. I might move it over there to that side. That looks like it could be a photo point, and these could be anchor points as well. So I think that's more me. Maybe I could add a bit more, but I'm going to keep that piece to the side, and I'll probably, what I'll do is I will paper clip it to this base because I will find a use for it, whether it's matting or building tags or cutting out a title or something. I will keep it together so that it all blends and is of the same paper range. So this one is going to be using the Flower Emporium as my base. I am going to try and keep the same papers for this one, which is unusual for me, I know. I'm only putting a tiny little bit of tape there so that I can move it if I need to when I come to the final layout. I'm not really sure how that's going to go. I have those two pieces there and I'm going to keep them together for that first layout base. Here is another one with some different colors, and this one is made up. I'm going to be making up from lots of different pieces of scrap. Now I did 5 for 5 recently. If you watch that video, I'll put that in a link just here now for you, so you can go and watch that one where I've used these papers in, and I'm sure that you'll get some inspiration there as well. But I'm going to just blend these colors together nicely. They are in rich oranges and reds and pinks and some teal. So I'm sure I've got photos somewhere that will match these. I'm just going to piece bits and pieces together because that's very important, so that they all come together to create the 12 by 12. Now I'm going to strip all of those pieces that you just saw, and I am going to bring them down to 6 by 6s, and I'm going to build a half and half page really, and one side is the 6 by 6 pattern with those squares with the florals in it, and then I'm going to do the 6 by 6 as strips to the top. And that's just a different way of using up your scraps. They're still being used up. Yes, I did reduce them smaller, but that is not a problem because it does make for an interesting layout to work with. I'm just going to cut all of these in strips. They were, well, most of them were 12 by 12, 12 by 1. Is it 1 or 3? Yeah, 12 by 1. And then I'm cutting them down to 6 by 1s. And then I'll be able to layer them up and create that base part of my layout. So you can see here, this is a little bit fiddly, but the end result will be perfect. Now, all of these bases are used straight as they are, or I could put a frame on them when I get to them by trimming them down. I won't know exactly what I'm going to do until November when I sit down and attack this challenge, and then I'll be able to piece together some layouts very quickly every single day. This will come under the category of speedy scrapping when it comes together. And the idea of prepping bases is so that little thought goes into the base part, and then you can just embellish it, add your photos, and away you go. So there's going to probably be a whole lot of people playing along, so you might want to check the playlist that I have in the description box down below, because you will see some very talented people putting their scraps to perfect use. And the only criteria is that we're not allowed to cut into a new 12 by 12 sheet. So that's pretty easy to achieve with the amount of stash of base scraps that we have lying around in our stashes. So you too can create nice and easily. I am using this ladder type of thing here, and that's making a great growth up the page. Now, as you can see, I could have it as this way, or I could turn it around that way, and I don't actually like that there's that uneven join there between the patterns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a branding strip, and I'm just going to attach that across there. This actually is a Vicky Bouton branding strip piece, and I'm going to put that down here just because of that beigey bony color, tying it together with the diagonal strips. And look at that, amazing. That finishes it off nice and tight and nice and neat. And then I'm going to be able to create a layout somehow. I could either go, I have to go that way as you saw because of that floral going down the center. Now I am going to do more of this here with another set of scraps, and this set of scraps here is from Scrapbook Fantasies. These layouts come together beautifully. They are nice. I love all of these colors in this. This is the Nature's Way collection, and they are leftover pieces that I have, and I'm just going to build a layout using them by blocking. So I'm putting down a left hand vertical there that you can see. Then I'm going to put in 2 into the corners so it looks like it goes right across the layout, and so they're going to be the 2 corner pieces. And this is the beauty with our scraps, they can overlay and fill up the base. And I really am sorry about Ivy in the background. She's having a bit of a interaction with one of the children. And then I'm also going to put in some horizontals across here in the other colors that bring out the beautiful shades of that layout. Now I did measure there because I know I'm going to have to trim a little, and I'm putting in a decorative edge just to add that little bit extra, because I want the green to have that there. So I'm just made sure I knew the length of it so I could use that decorative edge, and now you can see how it has come together here. Now put these into place. It's as easy as this is creating your bases. Not much thought really needs to go into it. And I always think it's really funny that when you're creating a base just like this to create a pre-made base, you don't put much thought in it. You go, oh, I've got this piece of paper and I've got this piece of paper and I'm going to put this together and I'm going to put this together. But when we sit down to create from scratch, it always seems to take a whole lot of time and a whole lot of decision making, which is really, really unique. Now I have this piece here that you just saw me trim down, and I am cutting 1/4 inch strips, which I am going to use as my finishing points for this layout. So I'm stripping down here, and I love that the colors just all blend so well. And that's the beauty of using the same paper ranges, because they do fall together and do complement. So I'm just putting in my strips here, and then I am going to trim them off, and you can see how that has happened. And I'm putting that little tiny piece that I overcut there, and now I have this one in place, and there you go. That's how this layout is going to look. Now this one here is also a multi-directional layout. I can have it multiple ways, and I do have all these extra little bit of strips of paper here, which I will paper clip to it. Thanks for watching. I'm getting excited. Hope you are too. Stay creative, friends, and here's my next video for you. See you real soon.